One of the long-running curiosities for fans of The Big Bang Theory has been Georgie Cooper's tire business, famously called Dr. Tire. In The Big Bang Theory, Georgie, Sheldon's older brother, is living in Texas, running a chain of tire stores under the name Dr. Tire. What most viewers never got, though, was a full explanation of how Georgie became Dr. Tire. Where did the business start? Who helped him? How did he transform from working in someone else's shop into owning the chain? Now, with Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Season 2, we're seeing that mystery begin to be resolved. And it's tying together threads from Young Sheldon, the new spin-off, and TBBT in ways that many fans have been waiting for. To understand what Season 2 is doing, we need to go back a little. In Young Sheldon, we saw Georgie working odd jobs, helping at home, trying to make ends meet after George Sr.'s death. We saw him slowly getting involved with tires, working with Mandy's father Jim, learning on the job, selling, fixing, hustling. But things were always incomplete. We never saw exactly how Georgie got from running a small auto and tire shop to being the head of a major tire chain. Then The Big Bang Theory mentions Dr. Tire as established. Georgie is already known as Dr. Tire, a recognizable name. So there was a gap, a lore gap. Fans wondered, is the McAllister Auto and Tire Shop with Jim, which Georgie works at, going to evolve into Dr. Tire? Is there a renaming? Will Georgie buy it out? Will there be partners? These were unanswered questions. Season 1 of Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage planted some of those seeds. In the season finale, Georgie tried to buy the McAllister Auto and Tire Shop from Jim, with his mother Mary putting her house up as collateral to secure a loan to help him. That was a huge risk, emotionally and financially. It showed Georgie's ambition, his drive, and his willingness to invest in something that could grow. It also introduced Ruben, a mechanic/co-owner candidate, as someone working with Georgie, a new business link not present in the TBBT lore. That's important because in The Big Bang Theory, there is no mention of Ruben. So, how does the show reconcile a new partner? Will Ruben be phased out? Will he remain a silent partner? These are parts of the Dr. Tire mystery that Season 2 appears intent on exploring. Now we have the trailer for Season 2, which gives us more concrete ground. In it, Georgie, having taken the McAllister Auto and Tire Shop, or in the process of doing so, suggests renaming the business to Dr. Tire. He's asked by others in the story what he plans to call the shop now that he is, or will be, co-owner with Ruben. Georgie responds, Dr. Tire. That's a direct nod to The Big Bang Theory. It suggests that Georgie intends to brand the business under the name seen in TBBT. At the same time, the show is honest about complications. Ruben is in the picture, actively co-owning or co-working with Georgie, and there are disagreements. Ruben feels like he should have more say. Georgie feels like he is stepping into bigger territory. In interviews, showrunner Steve Holland says Georgie and Ruben have some friction, that Ruben goes to school, he's worked there longer, and he feels like he's the one who should have a bigger say. So the show is building the transition toward Dr. Tire not as a clean emergence, but as a process with tension. What this means in terms of resolving the mystery is several-fold. First, we'll likely see the renaming of McAllister Auto and Tire to Dr. Tire in the show's timeline. That bridges the lore gap. We finally see when Georgie's shop becomes Dr. Tire. Second, we might see the exit or change of Ruben's role. Perhaps Ruben remains a partner, but with less visibility. Perhaps he steps back. Perhaps there's a split. Why? Because in The Big Bang Theory, Georgie is the face and voice of Dr. Tire. Ruben is never mentioned.
So the show needs to account for that.
Third, there's likely to be showtime dedicated to the growing pains in this business. Branding decisions, fights over control, decisions about expansion. Georgie isn't turning overnight into a chain owner. He's learning to steer that ship. The trailer already suggests decisions are difficult. Choosing the name, respecting Jim's legacy, managing Ruben's expectations. Another important piece is the emotional and familial stakes. Mary Cooper putting her house up as collateral in order for Georgie to get the loan to buy the shop is doing more than just enabling a business move. It's tying Georgie's personal history, family sacrifices, his loss of George Sr. into the risk. It shows that the path to Dr. Tire won't be just about profit or branding. It'll be about trying to take responsibility, carry legacy, and build something stable for his daughter Cece and his marriage to Mandy. There are still some open questions. For instance, how the name Dr. Tyre came to be in TBBT. In the Big Bang Theory episode, The Sibling Realignment, Sheldon and Leonard visit Georgie's Dr. Tyre store after Georgie has built it into a chain. They tease him about using doctor before the Tyre name, since he doesn't have a doctoral degree. That episode establishes that Dr. Tyre is well enough known in Texas, with multiple locations. And Georgie uses George instead of Georgie in the Big Bang Theory. It's a small detail, but fans care. So what Georgie and Mandy's first marriage is doing in Season 2 is giving us the origin story of Dr. Tyre, how Georgie builds or begins to build the brand, how he takes over the shop, how he rebrands, how the dynamics with Ruben, Mandy, Jim, Mary play into that. It's satisfying long-standing fan curiosity. It confirms that McAllister Auto and Tyre is the seed of Dr. Tyre. It shows the steps Georgie takes, with his ambition, with his supporters and detractors, and the business challenges that come with expansion. From a character perspective, this resolution matters because it gives Georgie growth. He's been trying to prove himself, to his family, to Mandy, to himself. The Dr. Tyre storyline gives him a clear goal and a legacy. It's something fans have known was coming, but watching how he gets there adds texture. It's not just about becoming successful, but about overcoming obstacles, being a partner, balancing identity, paying costs, possibly losing something. It's those hard edges that make the story meaningful. Georgie doesn't want just a name. He wants the work behind it, the authenticity behind it. For Mandy, this also has implications. The rebranding, business decisions, partnerships affect their family life. The tension with Ruben, the shifting role of Jim McAllister, her father, the risk Mary takes with her house all ripple into her relationship with Georgie. The show is likely exploring how success, or striving for it, changes relationships, trust, conflict, responsibility. It gives more depth. Business of Tyres isn't just business. It's about identity, sacrifice, roles in marriage, family, community. To fans who care about the Big Bang Theory's continuity, this confirms that yes, Georgie and Mandy are laying the bricks for Dr. Tyre in a way that makes sense. It answers where did Georgie get that business and how did he come to call it Dr. Tyre? The show doesn't yet confirm everything. It hasn't shown Georgie becoming a statewide chain yet or how he appropriated doctor in the name, but Season 2 seems set up to fill in that lore gap. And from what the showrunners have said, there's no retcon in the sense of altering known TBBT facts. They're building toward them. Georgie owning the shop, renaming it, maybe buying out partners or reshaping them is all consistent with what we saw in TBBT. Georgie, already established. One curious point to watch is how they'll treat the use of doctor in the business name. In The Big Bang Theory, Sheldon remarks that Georgie never earned a doctorate, yet uses doctor in Dr. Tyre. That's a small joke, but a strong nod, meaning Georgie names the business Dr. Tyre for branding impact, not credential. Season 2 seems likely to show Georgie choosing that name for showmanship, identity, or marketing. Perhaps some of it conflict, some of it self-confidence, some rivalry or showmanship. That element gives both humor and character insight. It's not about being a real doctor, it's about the image, the name, the brand. Many fans will appreciate seeing why Georgie picks Dr. Tyre and what it represents, not only commercially, but personally. Will Ruben like it? Will Jim agree? Will customers respond? Those are fun questions for the writers to explore. And early indications are they will explore them. Finally, the Dr. Tyre resolution in Season 2 does more than satisfy fan curiosity. It strengthens the connective tissue between all three shows in the franchise: Young Sheldon, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, and The Big Bang Theory. It addresses questions left unanswered in the earlier shows, makes sure continuity is respected, gives fans Easter eggs, and shows that the creators care about the lore. For a fan who watched TBBT, wondered where Georgie got that Tyre business, maybe assumed it was just background detail, now they get to see the foundation, the struggle, the relationships, the renaming, the ambition, the challenge. It's satisfying because it doesn't just say, one day he became Dr. Tyre. It shows the journey. In the end, Season 2 of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage doesn't just resolve TBBT's Dr. Tyre mystery, it enriches it. It shows how Georgie came into his own, how family and business intersect, how legacy and ambition collide. And for fans, it's the payoff of watching this world grow from Young Sheldon to Mandwise spin-off to Big Bang Theory, seeing a character's path traced, with heart, conflict, humor, and risk. Georgie becoming Dr. Tyre was always going to happen. Now we're seeing how, and that makes it all the more meaningful. For videos, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel.